it's Lee from colouringqueen.net, and today I've got a winter's tale in Bramble Brook Woods. Now I think if you know me, you'll know exactly what appealed to me the most about this colouring book when I seen it. All I needed was a look at the bunny rabbit and it was in the cart very fast. So it's not often that I get to show you a colouring book from an Australian artist, but Lesley Smitheringale, which I'm not sure I'm pronouncing correctly, is Australian, and she's produced a number of colouring books. Now this one is available in a massive array of different formats. You can purchase it as a Create Space book on trade stock white paper from Amazon, and the links are below. You can also purchase it as an artist edition, spiral bound, from the artist's website, which I'll put links to down below. And not only do you have the choice of the spiral edition on 200 GSM paper, but you also have a choice of sizing. So you can actually get an A4 size like this one, or A3 sized. Now the final option for it is a digital PDF. So that's the option I took because I wanted it right now. And I actually got it printed on 200 GSM paper at Officeworks in Australia. But I got mine bound down the side, whereas the artist edition that's available is top bound, so it's better for both left and right-handed people. So we start off with this nameplate page, and you can see, if you look really closely, tiny little pointillism for texture all around our lovely little butterflies here, and different light and weights that always sort of look very hand illustrated. Now this book's slightly different. Originally I thought it was a storybook, but I was so taken with the bunny rabbit that I just dived in before I read anything. But it's actually not a storybook. All of this text that you'll see on the following pages actually relates to each colouring page in this book. And it gives you the backstory of the animal or the page content. So we learn, so for example, the Tortoise Tower tournament, it's an annual tournament underway on a cold day with sleet making it extra difficult for the tortoises, determined to beat last year's number of 4 in their tower and hoping to win the tournament. This team's participants are trying not to slide off in front of the judges. So you get this whole backstory on the page and the inspiration behind the page and what it's actually about to set the scene for your colouring. So that is super cute. The only slight negative I have with it is the font is a little bit difficult to read, particularly in the caps, but that's just for me. I'm as blind as a bat without my glasses on. So this one is the little Dormouse, and he's asleep, and we know that from that first little story. And same here, this is a little squirrel. So I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I wonder what some of these critters are in the books. But thankfully they've all been set out for us right at the beginning. So this is a gorgeous little squirrel, and isn't he cute? Now these are described as the guardians. They're snowy owls, and they visit the Bramble Brook each year. And this owl is called the Watchful Owl. And there's a full description of him on those notes that are a prelude to the colouring book. So we've got lots of texture in his body and lots of little fluff around his face. And she's left a little white space there for the highlights on his eyes. We've also got that moon coming through, so that you can figure out your light source without having to work it out. And so here we've got our 2 little foxes, and they're going skating. Isn't that cute? I've never seen foxes go skating. And you'll see that some of the lines are really quite fine, and some are really pale there in the background, very sketchy and pale, and whereas the foreground lines are slightly darker. And all of the illustrations have a little border around them to make sure that you can colour easily without going out of the lines or over the page or into the dreaded gutter. So these are the hot chocolate and marshmallows, and it's actually Mr. and Mrs. Rat and the twins having hot chocolate and marshmallows, which I've never seen rats look quite as cute as that. Now the backstory on this one's so cute. It's a raven that longs to look colourful, so he hoards all the colourful things to make himself look pretty. So this is a lovely stag. And I think this one is called choir practice, where the birds meet each day to do their singing, rain, hail or shine. And we can see the little raindrops in the background there. And this one's one of my favourites. I would love a hedgehog. They are so cute. But I'd always want to pick them up and probably prick myself too much with them. But these are the hedgehogs having high tea. And it looks like they're having a little bit of gingerbread and hot chocolate and marshmallows as well. So this is another cute one. These are otters, and they've just been at the swimming carnival, and now they're having some hot drinks afterwards. And I've got to say, these critters seem to do a lot of hot drinks and marshmallows in the book. Look at these gorgeous little ones sledding. Aren't they cute? Look at him peeking up in the background. So we've got all these little woodpeckers, I think, and they've got all the little bird houses. It's a nice little variety of animals here. Here's that tortoise tournament that I read out to you in the beginning. Look at a stack of tortoises with a tiny little bird over there. We've got different line weights, different textures in the background, and a lot of lighter coloured lines in the background there. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at these little duckies, aren't they cute? So with a lot of these, when you're colouring them, because they don't have the lines, you can produce more of a painterly effect, whereas these ones have the lines for you to follow. So there's some different styles there to get like a painterly look, where it all sort of merges with that line art so that the line art blends away, and then some where the lines are far more distinct. Isn't this gorgeous? They look like they mean business. They're taking it very seriously. And isn't this the most gorgeous little bunny picture ever? Look at her with her little bunny flower. So when Lesley seen that I purchased this book, she contacted me and asked if I would like to give away a PDF digital version of it, just like the one that I'd purchased. So of course I agreed, because I thought you guys would love to have a PDF digital version of it. This is Daisy the rabbit. And if you're actually in my colouring group, Lesley has actually donated this page in my colouring group for people to colour. So you can actually win a PDF digital version of the entire book in my colouring group if you colour this picture of Daisy and enter it in the event that is going on there. Or you can win a PDF digital version of this book on YouTube here, and I'll tell you how we can go about doing that at the end. Aren't these adorable? And so now we've got our little frogs, and they're having a birthday party. Got like the Mexican hats and crowns. Cute little party hats. And then all things must come to an end. So we've got our final page, which is the Butterfly Lullaby. And we've got a little fox cub there, and the little butterflies are singing him to sleep. Isn't that sweet? And there's some ads for her other books at the back there. And as I said, I got this printed. This is the PDF version. I got mine printed at Officeworks, so I got a plastic cover put on it, got spiral binding put on it, and I got a little back sheet put on it as well. if you get the PDF digital version, you can print it out however you want. That's just the way I chose to do it. So we've got actually 2 copies of this book to give away. They're a PDF digital version though, so you will need to have access to a printer. You can either print it out at home using whatever paper you fancy if you win, or you could take it to like your local library or your Officeworks or Staples or whatever stationery store might be convenient for you to have it printed out for you. So whatever you fancy. Now, lately I've been really enjoying buying the PDF digital versions because first of all I can save a little bit of space in the colouring cave, but also because I can print it out on my own paper and try and find a paper that works for me. At the moment I'm experimenting with quite a few different papers to see what my style sort of works with. And of course, if I mess up, I can print it out again. So that's why I like the digital versions. So to enter the giveaway to win a copy of A Winter's Tale in Bramble Brook Woods, all you need to do is comment below this video on YouTube and tell me which was your favourite animal out of all of the ones that I just showed you in this colouring book. And you can also have another chance to win a digital copy of this colouring book if you're a member of my Facebook group. Lesley has kindly donated the Daisy colouring page in the colouring group for everyone to colour in, and out of one of those entries a winner will be drawn. That lucky winner will receive a digital copy of the whole colouring book with 23 full pages of illustrations and those lovely ancillary pages, gorgeous nameplate page, and what I really love are these little backstories to each page. So all you need to do is comment below the video and tell me what your favourite animal is, and have another chance of winning by being a member of my colouring group, and there's another PDF copy to give away in that group. So until next time, happy colouring.